AFTV DT, what we're doing is we're not doing the player ratings from today's game because it was a bit of a nothing game, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird game.
Yeah,
weird game.
It was a weird game.
What we're doing is player ratings of the season.
Ooh,
in the Premier League.
This should be fun.
Premier League.
Okay.
Right? Leno.
9.
Arsenal's number 2.
Shut up, Robin. Show some respect.
No.
Listen.
Mad respect for Leno. He has been.
If it wasn't for Leno, there's 2 players that stood out this season. If it wasn't for those 2, we'd be in the relegation zone. Simple as that.
I don't know, man, because the number 2 could have come in and done a similar thing.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have finished in the relegation zone. Sorry.
But yeah, he has.
9.
He has been exceptional.
Yeah, all day.
Martinez.
8.
Ooh.
I thought he's been really good since he's come in, and to the point where you are now deciding as to who you want to go in goal.
Who would you pick?
For the final?
No. Who would you pick for next season?
Leno.
Ooh.
Yeah. For the final, Martinez. But it's a nice selection headache to have.
We got 2 good goalkeepers.
Yeah. And people were talking about...
we never used to even have
Joe
one.
Hart, wasn't it? We were talking about Joe Hart at one point when Leno got injured. But at the end of the day, don't sleep on Burn Leno.
No, Leno's been...
Please,
no, I'm only
seriously.
joking. Leno's been brilliant.
There's
but he does have to earn his way back in.
Of course he does. He does.
Because
that's
this guy, you can't drop this guy at the moment.
No. That's what I've said. There's 1 game left in the final. Emi Martinez deserves to play. Okay, but for next season, once they get the next 6 weeks under their belt, I think they're talking about maybe a couple of pre-season games, maybe in Ireland or Scotland or wherever it might be. For me, Leno's still the main man.
Boy.
Next.
Don't know, man. You know, to me, it's not...
We can have this discussion on the podcast.
And we will have the discussion going forward.
We want this video to be about 10 minutes long, not an hour.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's automatic. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't think it's automatic.
All right, cool.
Bellerin.
5. I think it's been in the middle. He's had a couple of good performances, missed most of it.
Coming back from injury.
Yeah, so I can't really go more than
average season.
Halfway. It's been in the middle. He missed the majority of it at the beginning because of the injury. He then came back and he's been very poor. And then I suppose...
But he's picked up in recent weeks.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In the last, probably 2-3 weeks, he's kind of picked up. So 2-3 games probably. So I'd go down the middle. I think it's fair to say, 5.
Okay, we won't do Cedric because he's not really played enough games, I don't think.
Yep.
But we'll do Ainsley because he was in that position for a lot this season as well.
4. I don't think that he's had a good season overall. I think that there's some moments where you go, yeah, okay, really good. Man City, even though we're talking about the Premier League, there are those kind of moments. He done really well when Mikel came in, but I think his attitude let him down at one point, which is why he got bombed out of the squad, and why some weeks he wasn't even in the squad. We forget that.
But he come back from that.
Yeah, he's come back, and now he looks like he's got the right attitude, which is good. But given the fact that he wasn't consistent and he wasn't a regular, once he had a bit of competition, 4.
Tierney on the left-hand side.
For me, Tierney's got to be right up there. I think 8 as well. And the reason why I wouldn't put him in a 9 bracket is because obviously he missed
a lot of games.
A lot of games because of his
injury, not his fault.
Shoulder, which was a freak accident. But again, he's a player that we've signed, and you can go, yeah, that's one for the future. We've got a player in a position that we don't need to worry about. So 8 for me.
Kolasinac.
2. Dreadful. I think the highlight of his this season is probably protecting Mesut Ozil.
Literally laughing in the background.
What do you want me to say? That if you remember this season, what will Kolasinac be most remembered for? Chasing off robbers that tried to, rob him and Mesut. Let's be real about it. You name me a performance where you go, well, yeah, but what about that one? Go on.
Mustafi.
Yeah. See? Do you know what I'm saying? So there you go. Mustafi, I think that 6. I think that he was Mustafi that we don't like, up until Mikel Arteta came. And then he started to change. And the fact that we're gutted he's missing the final kind of says, a lot about what he's done. Is he the answer? No. Do I want better? Yes. But overall, it's not been too bad to recover and turn around this season the way that he has. He could post on social media and get absolutely abused at one point. He posts on social media now, and people tell him to sign a new contract. So he has done well in the terms that he has changed a lot of people's opinion, but no more than a 6.
David Luiz.
5. I think the problem with David Luiz is that one week you get Maldini and the next week you get Krusty the Clown.
Like today.
Where
he gave away that penalty. A record amount of penalties given away now.
There you go. We signed him for different records. Not records of most penalties given away in a Premier League season.
Individual player, yeah, that was poor.
No, I can't go any more than, the 5.
Rob Holding.
Can we really mark him? Has he really played?
Well, he's a few enough games.
But I would say he's. I don't think it's fair to mark him because he's
had enough games to get a mark.
Well, no, because he came back from his ACL and then he wasn't playing, and then even at the start of after lockdown, he wasn't playing, and then he only came into the side.
I'm sure he's had he's played at least 10 games this season.
I don't think he's played enough to warrant a marking.
We'll just give him a mark anyway.
3. Because he hasn't been involved. He hasn't been involved.
Okay.
He hasn't, no.
All right, Callum Chambers.
Again, I think that's harsh.
No, he played a lot of games until he got injured. He was a regular in the team. He was playing a right back, he was playing centre back.
The problem is, Robbie, I thought he'd done all right. I can't give him more than a 4 because he's played less than half a season or something like that.
For the half of the season he played, what would you rate him?
4.
I think that's harsh. I thought he was the best centre half in up until he got injured.
I'm not going to give more than 4 because he hasn't played a lot of football and he's got another bad injury.
All right, we won't rate Murray because he's hardly played. He hasn't played enough games. No, he has.
Okay, right.
He's played only a few games, about 2-3 games, right?
Yep.
Xhaka.
8. Only based on
8
that Mikel Arteta's came in and done something.
What about before that, though?
I'll get to it if you let me.
8.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
But right now, you know when he's not playing. That's the biggest compliment that you can pay. That when he's not there, you're begging for him to be there.
But for a season overall?
For a season overall, because of the way he's turned it
a lot
round.
of the turmoil.
No, because of the way he's turned it round.
Yeah, but a lot of the turmoil.
Listen, I think the way he's turned it round is a credit to himself. Okay? He was going to leave in January. He did what he did. Inexcusable what he done. Let's not mask over that. But his character and the way that he's came and responded.
What a flyover going over it.
Do you know what I mean? What's that? A banner. It's a banner, isn't it? It's one of them planes with a banner on it. DT out. But I think that the way that he's responded has been exceptional. The way he's led on the pitch, off the pitch, has even got to the point where some fans are even saying, should we give him the captain's armband back? He's really turned it around. And you've got to look at that and say that given the season and how bad it was, and how bad it was at a point for him, to the point where, let's be honest, he was leaving in January. I know for a fact he was leaving in January. Mikel's managed to convince him. And it's all right convincing him and just stay until the end of the season. It's convincing, him to a point where he's going to perform for you as a manager. He has performed for the manager.
Okay.
Week in, week out.
Torreira.
Poor. 4. It's not been a great season at all. All the expectations and the hopes and everything, it's just not worked. Even his haircut's bad.
Ceballos.
Ceballos is a really intriguing one because until lockdown, we returned from lockdown, I'd have probably said 4, something like that. I say he goes up to about a 7. Close to an 8, to be honest, because I think since lockdown he's probably been one of our best players along with Granit.
Kelechi's making eyes over there.
He's been brilliant.
He's been brilliant, but that's the last 8 games.
No. What I'm saying, before that, I said before lockdown, he would have been 4. He would have been a 4.
So 4 and 8.
But he is because he's changed his style and his input on the team so much, he warrants getting a 7 at least.
Okay, 7 for Ceballos.
Because the way he's changed his style as well, and how important he is to this team, he again is another player that you would say straight away, he's on the team sheet next week against Chelsea.
Okay, Willock.
I don't want to go too harsh on him because he's a young lad, but I'm really frustrated with Joe. And the thing is that I've said this so many times on my own videos and stuff about Joe Willock, is that he gets into so many good positions and then he makes the wrong decision. Today was a perfect example where Aubameyang was gone. Play him in. It's a very, very simple pass. You hold on for it too long. You know, we don't want players that are going to hold on to it too long. This is our biggest problem. We give teams an opportunity to reset.
A young guy, isn't it?
I know he's a young guy, but it's a simple pass. And it's not the first time. Do you remember Bournemouth away this season when he went through and he had a simple pass to lay it off? Got caught on the ball. What happened? Didn't go and win the game. Chelsea at home. Slide lacquer. Tries to take the shot on the turn, hits the outside of the post, doesn't go in. We end up losing the game. Fine margins.
What are you getting him?
4.
4?
I don't. You tell me what he's done this season in terms of really stand
Better
out.
than a 4. He's not been below average, has he? To me.
I'll go with 4.
Okay. Guendouzi.
2. I want him gone now. Because he's another one. His attitude stinks. You know. What do you want me to say? His attitude stinks. Because I've heard what's going on behind the scenes.
What?
And the way that he thinks he's bigger than the club. Nah. Sorry.
All right.
No.
Ozil.
No. Don't get me started, man. Mesut, 0.
Okay, we move on.
I'm not going to say no more. Listen, at the end of the day, I dare anyone try and question me and Mesut Ozil because I've backed him more than anyone on this channel. I've had near enough full-on punch-ups with people on this channel off camera over Mesut Ozil.
Always told you were wrong on that, didn't I?
No, shut up, Robbie. But at the end of the day, what I don't like is this guy has now, like, it's to a point where it's got to go. It's not his fault he's got the contract he's got. All right, let's get that one straight. It's not his fault. He never, drew up the contract. It was that bald-headed fraud, Ivan Gazidis and them, right, that did this.
At the time, you never said nothing about it, did you?
Yeah, but listen, the one that they should have done.
Yeah, but I'm saying Alexis went, but at the time,
because they were forced into a situation.
Well, at least Ozil's still here.
They were forced into a situation.
Yeah,
and then what's Mesut Ozil done since he's got the contract? Nothing. Buy new skins.
Okay.
Pepe. That's it. Pepe, 7. I've got no problem with Pepe this season. What is he for assists?
75 million.
First season, 3 managers, 3 different sets of tactics, different styles. How many...
In and out of the team, I suppose, as well.
How many right backs has he had behind him? He's even had Socrates behind him.
Oh, we didn't do Socrates. Sorry, Socrates.
4.
Okay. 4 is 4.
Carry on with Pepe. I've got no problem with him. I've got no problem with Pepe at all. I'm telling you, next season, he's going to tear this league apart.
Okay. Reece Nelson.
I'm so disappointed in Reece. I really am. I just don't see him kicking on.
No?
I don't. Where do you see him kicking on? What have you seen?
I think he'll improve. I think if he's a bit more aggressive with his play.
That's the problem. He needs to be aggressive.
Well, he's just coming in. He's just his first season.
Robbie, man. He's been here a long time. He's even been on our loan in Germany.
Yeah, this is his first breakthrough season into the Premier League.
That was his opportunity, and it was his temperament that messed it up in Germany.
Young guy.
Is he?
Remember Gnabry?
Stop having this young guy. We're going to be
remember Gnabry?
Listen, we're going to end up like Jesse Lingard. He's such a young player.
He scored today.
Yeah. Let's keep persevering. Let's keep persevering with him because he's still young, even though he's about 40. It's like, look, at the end of the day, at what point, Reece is not on the same kind of like level as a Saka, for example, where, he's just breaking into the team. Reece has been in and around the first team a long time.
All right, what are you giving?
I can't give him more than a 4.
Saka.
Oh, he's had an exceptional season. I think he's started to tire out the last couple of weeks. It's been tough and you're starting to see it. But first season, 18-year-old, I'm giving him a 9 because I think that he's been exceptional. I think he's been one bright spark in the season. 11 assists, I think it is, something like that. But the big test for him now will be carry on next season because you've raised the bar. You've set a level that you now have to emulate. It's no good getting new contract and number 7 and then going into next season and getting nothing. No assists,
Okay.
not doing anything.
Martinelli.
I'm gutted he missed this last piece of the, you know, because I'm giving him an 8 because I felt that his contribution up till lockdown was brilliant. And again, young lads, new to the league, taking it by the scruff of the neck. He's the type of player that I want Reece Nelson to model off in terms of his attitude. Not saying that Reece's attitude's wrong because he's a good lad. I mean, the attitude on the pitch, the ruthlessness, that aggressiveness, that I suppose it's a South American thing because a lot of the South American footballers are like that. I want Reece to be more selfish, more aggressive.
A lot of hunger there.
You know
Aggression,
what I mean?
hunger.
Reece seems too nice.
Seizing the moment. Yeah.
I want him. Martinelli seems like the type of player that will knock someone over when he's going past them and not worrying about picking them up. You know what I mean? Whereas Reece seems like the kind of guy that would knock someone over and on the way back be like, "You're right, mate. Let me help you up." So I want him to just be aggressive. I want him to be nasty. And I feel if Reece adds that to his game,
We'll spend some time with you.
yeah, let me spend some time with him.
All right. Lacazette.
I think it's been a disappointing season, given that he was the player of the year last year. I can't give him more than a 6 based on his season.
Picked it up since the
picked it
lockdown.
up towards the end, but for long
Actually,
periods.
leading up to the lockdown, he's starting to pick it up.
Yeah, he got a couple of goals.
So this year, I'd say this year, last year's.
could it
this
be
year
under
has
the
been-
manager? It's
Yeah.
kind of, I'd say just over halfway.
Eddie Nketiah.
Missed
So
half.
you gave him 6, innit?
Yeah. Eddie.
Half a season, came back in
half a
January.
season.
Call me.
The thing is with Eddie is that there's some moments where I look at him and I think, yeah, we've got a player on our hands, and then we've got some moments where I watch him and I think, not good enough. Do you know what I mean?
Young player.
I know. I'm trying to give you my opinion, not for you to sit there and just butt in all
I'm
the
just
time.
reminding you sometimes.
You don't need to remind me. I know how old he is.
Young.
I know how old he
Coming
is.
up, on the up.
Yeah. All right. You know that's going to turn into a meme now, isn't it?
On the up.
Yeah, no. You use some other word then. But do you know what I mean? It's a bit like Kelechi's one earlier about putting it in. It's like, yeah. I've got to go 5. Like down the middle, because he's played half a season.
Okay.
There has been some good moments, but there's been some moments where he frustrates me. I watched the Villa performance and he was just not involved. You know, it was
Nobody was involved.
Nobody was involved, but it just, I want to see a bit more.
Okay, Aubameyang.
He's my player of the season. Without question of
It's
a doubt.
quite easy, isn't it?
He's my player of the season. If
Just missed out on the golden boot.
just missed out on a golden boot, but for the 5th consecutive year in a row, he's only one of 4 attackers to hit 20 goals a season. Please start putting some respect on his name.
Please sign.
Please sign. You know, Papa, Oba, you know, whatever these Instagram messages might be. If he leaves, I'm going to be genuinely devastated. Like, I mean, I genuinely would like, I'd rather my missus left me.
Hey, it's on camera, you know.
Do you know what I mean? It's like...
This is on camera. Hey, we're not cutting this bit out either.
No.
We're not
It's
cutting
like-
this.
It's like...
Oh, you got a chance to retract that.
retract
I'm
it.
giving you a chance here now. I'm giving you a chance to save yourself.
No, listen. Look, listen.
You were only joking.
Listen, I'm only joking. All right, no. What I'm saying is, is that Aubameyang is like, he's so pivotal to what we do. Like, you're not going to replace his goals, ever. You're not going to, for the kind of, look at what Chelsea have just spent on Timo Werner. You know? You're not going to, and it's no guarantee that he's going to bang in 20 plus goals. We've got a guy that's played 2 seasons and scored over 20 goals. 22 goals.
Per year.
In a team that's struggling. Imagine if we give him an attacking midfielder that can actually supply him. He'll bang 30. And he's the type of player that I genuinely think could stay here for another 3-4 years and chase down Henry's record. And people might sit there and laugh. Ian Wright joined us at what age? 28? 29?
28.
He broke the record of,
Cliff
Cliff Bastin. So why can't Aubameyang, with the kind of goal, like the amount of goals he's scoring? He's well over 50 already in 2 and a bit seasons. Come on, man.
What are you giving him?
I'm giving him a 10.
Okay.
I love the guy, man. I think he's just exceptional. And I pray, man, that I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I'm begging someone or something, but I am begging him. Because right now we need him. Because if we're going to rebuild and we're going to get to try and, get back in Champions League football first and foremost, he's got to be the spearhead of that.
All right.
He has to.
We've had 3 managers. Let's rate them. Emery.
0. Move on. Don't even start me off with him. Don't even start me off with him. Do you know what I mean? Don't even start me off. Jesus
People
Christ.
said, oh my God.
He couldn't even go out on a date. Without Google Translate. All right, I'm sorry, but no. Don't get me started about Unai Emery, because I look at it now, and that guy should have gone after Baku. But stupidly, some of us backed him, thinking, no, it's fine. Second season, he's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. He had those players at his disposal, and he was shit. The tactics were shit. He's trying to play Torreira in a 10. He's the reason we're in this mess. Piss off. 0.
Well, he has pissed off at Villarreal now.
Yeah, and you wonder why Santi Cazorla pissed off. Santi turned around and went, oh, shit, bye-bye, I'm out of here, see ya.
Right, Freddie Ljungberg.
Oh, come on, man, can I mark him?
He came in, we've had 3 managers, he's one of them. He came in.
I can't even remember his results.
It weren't great.
Yeah, Man City 3.
It weren't great.
West Ham 3.
He won at West Ham. We got our first away win, I think.
Oh, yeah. How many games did he
It weren't
manage?
really a bounce, though, when he came
Nah,
in.
it weren't a bounce, it was more like a crawl.
It was like he went to bounce the ball and there was no air in it.
Yeah, it was like medicine ball.
It just fell in the same place.
Well, it was medicine ball,
yeah.
Ooh,
Club legend, though.
oh, no.
But-
Why are you doing that to me?
Oh, we've got to be real with it.
A 4. I don't think there was, like you said, a real bounce
Okay.
where you thought that you may have got that. So it was kind of, he got a couple of results in there and he done the best of what he could. But at that time that Freddie took over as well, we was a broken squad. Broken. The fan base as well was broken. Everything was broken. There was fighting in the stands. There was, problems on the pitch. And he had to come in and be like, and he knew it weren't going to be a permanent job.
Okay, and Arteta, finally.
6. I think it would be a fair reflection on some of the, results that he's got. I think that he, in some games, he showed exactly what he can do. I think it's been really tough, given the fact that he's come in since January, then by March he's locked down, he's got coronavirus himself. He then comes out of lockdown, we have Sheffield United, we have Wolves, we have Man City, all away from home. He wins 2 of those. We then have Liverpool, Man City in the cup, wins both of them. The disappointment is, losing to the little clubs like Brighton and Spurs, stuff like that. So they're the little things that he needs to get right. But in some ways, those results could actually benefit us in the long run, because it could really waken up, people that need wakening up as to what we need as a squad and a team. Even today, when you look at that performance against Watford, you sit there and you go, yeah, you know what, we need to do this. Whereas, Man City, that kind of performance, you think, wow, life's great, amazing, we don't need anyone, let's carry on. But yeah, I'll say a 6. I'm looking forward to seeing him with a proper, transfer window behind him.
Okay, well, that's it.
Yeah.
Premier League season is over.
Can we give ratings on everyone that goes on AFTV?
No.
Come on, man. Can I give you a rating?
Huh? Give me a rating.
It's got to be at least 3.
3?
Because you piss me off every week. Every week. Whether it's a podcast, you're so lucky we ain't been face to face on their podcast.
No, I'm going to give you a 0.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What you give me a 0
No, actually,
for?
no, I won't give you a 0. I'll give you a 3 as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, you got a lot of things wrong this season.
Okay.
Let me just give you one of them.
Okay, all right then. Go on then.
The person who said we shouldn't come back There should be no more football from now till
We
the end of the
shouldn't.
season, right? And look, we got
shouldn't.
the season completed. No player, as far as I know, has tested positive for
Yeah, they probably hid that
coronavirus.
under the carpet.
Although maybe you was right because we finished 8th.
Can we give your brother zero as well? Because look, he's falling asleep over there. Look.
That means it's time to go.
Oh no!
Robbie here from AFTV. We just got to say a big thank you to everybody who follows us across our various channels. Over 1 million followers on YouTube. Don't forget, you can now also catch us on Reddit. We're on Reddit, so get involved with us on Reddit and also on TikTok. Keep it AFTV, baby, right here.